Yeah. So I've been invited to talk a little bit about international business, organization. Yeah, organization. So there are two parts about this. At first, I would like to introduce myself a little bit more, so you know who you're talking to or looking at all the time now. And the second part would be about...
Sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. It's okay. Oh yeah, the second part. The second part would be a little bit about some basics in international economics. So who of you has been to Germany yet? Yeah, I recognize. Yeah, okay. I know you. Nobody else? Oh, very nice. So many, that's good. So now I can prepare you to making business with Germany. Let's start. So, this is our agenda for today. It's only 5 points. But trust me, I can make these 5 points feel like 5 hours if I want, but that's not the plan today. I'll make it up to 45 minutes, including discussions. Depending on how much you like to talk with me. Maybe you don't want to talk with me, and that would be completely fine. But if you decide to talk to me, I will talk to you as well. Okay, let's start. About me. Oh. You know, I think, yeah, press one more time. No, this is too far. Again, back one. Yeah, there's a picture missing. I don't know why it's not coming. Can you see it?
No.
Okay, what a pity, it was your graphic. Yeah, something. So in the middle used to be a picture. I don't know where it's gone now. But yeah, just imagine me in the middle of that, okay? So, good morning. Nice to meet you. So there are two sides of my, no, three. Left, right, and downstairs, underneath. There are 3 sides which I like to talk about. And the one point is what I've been doing for a living. And the other side is what kind of qualifications do I have. And the third side is where am I? No problem. No worries. So this is very, very nice here. I like it. It's very comfortable. In Germany, it's like everybody just looks at you and has very high expectations. Nobody changes his face and stuff like that. So it's very nice. It's comfortable. So okay, imagine the picture in the middle. On your perspective to the left side, what have I been doing? I am a specialist in logistics and maybe half of a specialist in IT. When I was a little boy, now we're talking about little stories. I have to make it comfortable. When I was a little boy, I had a dream. But I did not know yet what it was about. I wanted to become an astronaut. I wanted to be a firefighter. But then I was a teenager, and then I discovered that firefighting and astronaut is not the kind of business I will do later. So what did I do? Yeah, of course I went to school, and then finally the last year of my school time. Kind regards, by the way. Cool. Yeah, so the last year before graduation appeared, and I was like, what am I going to do now? Do I want to be a salesman? Do I really want to be, or still want to be a firefighter? What about being a firefighting salesman? Would be something new at least. No, I didn't have a good chance on the market. It was a hard time at that moment in those years where I was trying to apply for a job. Because at that moment we had many young people who tried to find a job to do an apprenticeship or to do some training. So I applied to over 60 companies, and this was quite much in Germany, and nobody wanted to have me. And I was not a bad student, I was average. But it was very hard at that time. So the only luck I had was that I knew somebody who had a big company, and he offered me to just job a little bit in a warehouse. So without education, without any apprenticeship or training, it was very difficult to earn some money. I still lived at my parents' house, so it was okay. I could earn a little bit money, put a little bit aside, and then I finally got an interesting chance. The same company offered me 1 year later to do a training in logistics. And of course I agreed to that. But I thought logistics, oh, what is it? Logistics is just pushing some articles from one point to another. It's just moving any wagons from one place to another. It's just driving a forklift truck. It's nothing special. It's something for, excuse me, for stupid people. That's what I thought. Yeah, now I'm sitting in this situation, you know, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? Well, I just did it because I know if I have a qualification, I could earn more money. So after 2 years, I just wasted time, just tried to pass my exams, hanged out with my friends, and yeah, you know what, guys in that age, between 17 and 22, so nothing special. But then at the last part of vocational school, I recognized that logistics is more than just filling up shelves, driving a forklift truck, moving articles from one place to another. Logistics was everything. It was pushing the material flow in every situation. It was passing information from one place to another. It was everything all around the world. So I decided to work harder in the last half year, and I finally passed as one of the best students. It just took me about 18 years to recognize that, but it was okay. So in this situation, I had the next chance. People recognized me in my company, and they said, wow, you know a little bit about logistics. That's good. Let's make something out of it. I said, okay, sure, why not? Cool. So they asked me, the supervisors asked me if I would like to train some other students and pass on my knowledge. I said, yeah, sure. Education is good, it's important, and only if we know something, we can manage to create something new. So that was the beginning of my career as a trainer. But that wasn't enough. I recognized there is still more out there. It's not just one apprenticeship or one training about logistics. There is much more. So I started to do my bachelor of profession in logistics. It was a very hard time because it's like, I think it's like in your place, you have to work at the same time and go to university at the same time. But working in Germany is, I don't know, we work from the morning until the late afternoon, and then we have to go to school in the evening for several hours, and this could be very exhausting. But if you don't put any energy into something, you get no benefit, so this was the risk you had to take. And it costs a lot of money as well. So after I accomplished and achieved my bachelor profession, I got the next offer. The supervisor from the next level also recognized me and asked me, would you like to do some projects? I was like, yeah, sure. In logistics? Yeah, of course. And then I finally got some interesting insights. The new knowledge which I have achieved by doing my bachelor profession in logistics was just the beginning of everything, the next beginning. So as I looked into the first project, I just thought, oh my God, why am I doing this? Because project management was so hard for me at that situation, and I did not understand what I had to do here. It was just like my supervisors gave the projects to me and here, have fun. Okay, so what do I have to do? Oh yeah, I don't know, just talk with everyone, be creative, use your brain, freedom and stuff like that. Okay, sure. I will come to this situation later, because it's going to be more specific to how to organize yourself by negotiating with other countries and nationalities and stuff like that. So I started, I completed my career as a project manager, and next to that, when I achieved my bachelor profession, I started to work as a lecturer as well. I was, I think, 22 at that age, and I am still the youngest lecturer in the north of Germany. Wow! I'm not proud of that. But I just want to make it clear how serious our situation is in Germany. We don't have so many people who are educated. We have educated people, that's not a problem. But people who also have the potential to teach other people. So I decided to make more about this knowledge of logistics, and I studied logistics management. Yeah, because I was so bored of life, you know, that's why I just study and study and study. Sarcasm is a warning. Of course I'm not bored of life. It's very interesting to do that. But I thought there is one thing in Germany which is quite rare, and that's being a professional in theoretical practice and in practical practice. We don't have these kind of hybrids. And that's what makes me today in Germany just sort of expert. It's very hard to find a point where you can call yourself expert, so I waited for other people who called me an expert. And then I was sure, yeah, okay, now I'm an expert. Great. Later on, I still worked in that one company. It was a big company with over 11,000 employees and working worldwide, and yeah, I got to the next level. Now the members of the board from this big company from Finland asked me or offered me if I want to do international projects. And it was the same situation like every other past times. I was like, yeah, sure, why not, okay. So what do I have to do? Oh yeah, you know, you just have to do this and that and just be creative and use your brain and stuff like that. And yeah, you'll find out. And I was like, yeah, cool. Things never change in life, do they? I don't know. Well, I'll come to that point later. This company does not exist anymore. I hope it's not because of me. I decided to start up my own business, ITLS, Information Technology and Logistics Solutions, and I created a new branch in Germany which is called IT Logistics. Because I recognize, like I said, that material flows and information flows have to work together. And what are we doing in IT and information technology? We're pushing one information to another place. And only because of this, we are able to manage material flows. This is how it works. Yeah, and there's some other things there which aren't so interesting. Just some logos and stuff like that. Okay, I'll explain it to you. So, this... Hi! Nice to meet you. So yeah, the left logo is the logo of my company. The middle logo is the logo of a worldwide organization, or more particular it's an association. It's called Junior Chamber International, or in Germany we call it Wirtschaftsjunioren. Yeah, it's junior economics. So it's only for economics who are until under 40 years old. So I'm still inside there. And then I've got you can see the right logo, it's the Logicom. This is another association which I founded last year. And here we're trying together a big logistics community to just improve and enhance more possibilities in the logistics branch. Okay, enough about me, let's talk about something else. Whew, okay. Logistics is also about networking. If you want to have success, you have to know people. You have to know people who are maybe already successful, or people who have visions, who are pioneers, who want to start up something, who want to reach for the sky, to have some dreams. And that's what I had when I was smaller. Well, basically I was not much smaller because I've already reached my complete size now, I think. But I had the vision, I had the dream that I want to start up a network, a cooperation with big companies. Many people ask me, you know what, it's good to have dreams, but seriously, are you out of your mind? I was like, why? Yeah, well, you know, you're just a little guy, not because of your size, because of your reputation. And I was like, so what? Yeah, I don't think this will work. I tried, and it worked. Funny situation, quite ironic. But how did it work? I believe in one thing, being honest, being trustful, being loyal. This works out. Of course, this is not an easy way. If many people out there lie to you, you know how it is in a bad relationship. Sometime, someday you will find out that somebody is betraying you. And this always happens in life. So I thought if I'll just be honest from the start, nothing bad will happen to me. And it is actually the current situation. It is very hard to be upright and be honest to other people, because sometimes you have to negotiate very hard and then you have to make some promises which you're not sure to keep or not. That is very, very difficult. if I'm being asked what is the hard part of your life, then I basically like to say it's only maybe the 2 minutes of negotiating in one business meeting. The rest is easy, because you do it every day. And even if you talk to people every day, everyone is different. You see some certain strategies which people use in negotiating, but everybody has his own character. Everybody has his own personality, and everybody has different intentions. So I started to build up a few segments because I knew this is very important to have a portfolio which can always balance your income. So I decided to build up these 3 segments of consulting, training, and software solutions. And I did this because of one specific reason. Yeah, you all know it, don't you? Oh, I would like to ask someone of you. Yeah, exactly, that's the reaction. No, please not me. No, don't worry, I'm going to tell you. I like this feeling, I really like this situation. The point is, if you're consulting in business, in companies, then you get some special insights about how it works in detail. You go inside, and as a process analyst, you can really take a closer look at every single detail. You know how it works, you know how their company works, and you know how several companies work. And if you know this, then you know how economics works. So even if you know how economic works then you know about all of the problems which we have. And this is perfect for me because I like to optimize processes. And this is why we come to the next point, training. Only if you know, then you can do better. If you experience it, or if you get educated in something, then you know about the problems in detail. And now we come to the next point, to the software solutions. If you know about the problems, then make it better. Oh, don't worry. Oh yeah, make it better. That's where I was. By the way, are we recording or is it just...
Yeah, recording.
Oh, cool. Hi. I'd like to greet my mom. She is in Bavaria, and I'd like to greet my sister as well. She is a very nice person, and I'm sorry I don't call so often, but, you know, I'm busy. Well, okay, thanks. Where was I? Yeah, software solutions. Sorry. Yeah, that's where I came to the next point. And developing software is very, very interesting in Germany. We have got good developers, but to be honest, and now here comes pro-Ukraine. In Ukraine, the IT developers are much better. Definitely much more better. So now I have to be honest. Seriously. Many people ask me, why did you go to Ukraine with this business? And I ask them, well, what do you think? Because it's cheap. Yeah, well, you know, I can understand that you, yeah, it's cheap, isn't it? Well, then I start to talk seriously about these things. Well, you know, yeah, it might be cheaper than in Germany. But you know, in Germany we also have some situations where we're not so smart as we think. And for example, in logistics, we are the only ones in Europe who sell a parcel at the least amount of money per package. So I'm asking you, where is it cheaper now? And then you're like, oh, really? Germany? Cheapest price for a package? Yeah, this cannot be possible. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, maybe not always as you think. So then I tell them, no, it's not because it's cheap. It's because I thought if I look for some developers, I'll just look into Google and look for... Good morning. Then I'll just look for the tags best developers worldwide. And you know what came up? Place number 1, Ukraine. So what did I do? I called up an agency and I asked them, okay, hi, I'm from Germany and I'm, I would like to do some IT business and yeah, sure, no problem. We will introduce you to some companies and when do you have time? I don't know. Next week? Yeah, sure, no problem. Okay. Really? So easy? Okay, cool. So then I came here and checked everything and yeah. Got introduced to some companies. We did the first experiences. It was very difficult. And that's where we come to international organization and business. Because of course, not everybody can speak English, not everybody can speak German, even if we expect this in many cases. I don't know why. And I wasn't able to speak Russian or Ukrainian. Not yet, at that moment. So we tried to negotiate about some situations, about how much does it cost per hour and stuff like that. And I was quite surprised because it isn't, or it wasn't that cheap as I suggested at that point. And I thought, well, I don't care, because for me was one thing always very important, and it was the quality and the education, the experience. This was very important to me. So, there are another points which fit together. No, not yet. By enhancing this complete network, by putting everyone together, you get a potential which focuses on one or two branches, in this case IT logistics, and you will be able to, or we will be able to, get to the next level. We are living in a very dynamic world today where everything grows up so fast. I've been asked if I like it here in Ukraine. I was like, wow, yeah, it's beautiful. Because here I can get some rest, you know. It is so exhausting. In Hamburg, everything moves so fast. I can't even recognize how many cars pass by or how many people even pass me if we see some people. Yeah, some of us have really made some experience how many people really are on the street. Basically, none. But we have millions of citizens. I don't know where they are myself. But if I have some business meetings at night or during the daytime, then I see all of them. Yeah, so if we get together and just push this, kind regards by the way, push this potential to the next level, we can create something new. We can maybe be able to have a rest again. So here it is possible for me to just breathe. And that's very nice. But I know that you're getting into the same situation, that it's also getting more dynamic here, like it is in every other country. And this is a situation where you just have to keep your eyes open, just have to analyze everything which is happening around you. And by putting this information together, you will be able to create something new again. Okay, so enough about philosophy and stuff like that. We can come to the next point. We want to talk about a few facts in international business. Or it's basically not we, it's me who's going to talk about this. Except one of you wants to say something about to this, then feel free, no problem. Yes? No? Okay. Now you're shocked, right? Okay, so what I want to say with this situation is national business can already be international in your own country. Why? Please press the button, Mr. Dima. Because of these points. Not too fast, please.
So far.
Yeah, okay, that's good, thanks. In Germany, I experienced many interesting situations only in this small country. We have got about 86 million, million, thank you. Yeah, we're actually bigger. 86 million citizens, and I was very surprised about how different we are in our own country already. So, for example, if I go, well, I'm located in the north of Germany, but I was born in the south of Germany, the nicest place on earth, by the way. There it's very hard for me to negotiate with people from, for example, Hamburg and stuff like that. Because they're like, you know, like sharks. Yeah, why sharks? Because they are very quiet, silent, and on the other side they can bite very hard. Yeah, dangerous. So for me, I'm an open-hearted guy. I like to talk openly, directly about things, and they're like, yeah. So, what price? That's the price. No, it's not. Yeah, okay. Maybe this price? No. But if I make it cheaper, then I will have no benefit. Yeah. So what? That's not the price. Okay. So that was the beginning for me. I was like, yeah, maybe I need to get stronger or something like that. I don't know. That was the beginning. And in Bavaria, for example, in the south of Germany, it's like, oh, cool, that's the price. Okay, what do I get for it? It's, yeah, a lot of work. Cool. Oh, really? So much? Oh, that's interesting. Can we make a little discount? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, cool, that's great. And when will we get this done? What? 3 weeks? Oh, awesome. Very nice. Oh, cool. Okay, so will you contact me? Yes, of course. Oh, great. That's very cool. I like it here. Nice. Cool. So, yeah, see you later. Yeah, cool. You want to have a beer? Yeah, okay. Good. Well, it's not always like you get a beer, you know, it's just typical. So what is it all about? It's about gestures, for example. The gestures in the north of Germany are more like closed. They just look at you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly like that. Do you come from Hamburg? Are you sure? That's how they look like. Yeah, exactly. But in Bavaria, hi. Hi. Nice to meet you. Want something to eat? Maybe? No? Okay. Cool. Maybe later. The next point is mimics. The face. This is all about mimics and gestures. And about emotions. Like I told you, like I presented to you. Just the situation and comparison about north and south. South is more like, yeah, cool, I show you how I'm feeling happy. How about you? Yeah, you're smiling, that's what I want to see. I want to see you being happy. Oh, no emotion. Oh. And in the north it's more like, I need to know you before I show emotion. Maybe after 20 dates or something like that. Yeah, maybe soon. And then it's about vocals. Talking hard or talking soft. It's a big difference. And these are the tools for the battle called negotiation. Yeah, you're already nodding your head. Yeah, it's correct. You made some experience on this? It's hard, yeah? Would you like to talk about it? No, I can appreciate this. This is very... You have to get over it first, right? Yeah, I'm with you. So this is what it's all about. You have to recognize how your opponent is feeling, how he's showing emotions, how he's trying to follow his strategy in negotiating. And we already have this in our own country, in Germany. So I think if you manage this experience in Germany already, then you will be able to do business everywhere around the world. Maybe. It's no guarantee. But I can only talk for myself, and it was very interesting. And I believe it could be also the same here in Ukraine. I mean, your country is so big, it's much bigger than Germany. Very funny. And it's very cool. So this means from the eastern and western border, there could be so many differences already. I've many Russian and Polish friends in Germany, and Ukrainian friends here, not yet in Germany. But they always told me since years that it's a big difference already in their own countries. For example, in Poland, the eastern part is a little bit more different than the western part. And every time these people or friends were telling this to me, then I told them, well, you're living in Germany. Did you already recognize that we have 4 different directions of how we talk to each other? At least 4 different directions and kind of ways. No, why? Okay, well, we've got the eastern part of Germany, the southern, the western, the northern. And the northern people talk very hard and very precise and with less words, and the southern with more words. The eastern part of Germany nobody understands because they talk with a funny accent, and the western part of Germany you never see because you never hear something from them. But everybody is different, and we already have this in our own country. Of course, everything is different. But that's the situation which we have to use. Make some experience out of this. So, we come to another fact. Every country has got its own culture. And I stole a picture, but I can use it because there is the source on it. I've been told I can use it like that. Well, I hope the sense of my studies have found its meaning now. In this case, we have a woman who is looking at this obviously Asian guy, and a cat who is standing in front and trying to recognize something. The woman says, should have shook hands. The other guy says, should have bowed. Thanks. And the cat says, should have read the keynote. I have a funny situation. I had one of my employees, I took him to a fair trade. Fair trades are very nice places to make some international experiences. So I was already quite experienced in how doing business with Asian people or whatever. And I'm sorry, I just have to smile every time about this story. Michael and I went to this one place where there was an Asian business company, and I told him, okay, Michael, when we go there, just take a closer look of what I am doing, and then try to do the same. He's like, okay, I'm cool. No worries, I'll get this done, okay. So I went to this Asian woman, I bowed, she gave me her visit card, I took it with 2 hands and said, thank you very much. I said, thank you very much about 25,000 times. And then I introduced Michael. And Michael was like, yeah, hi, here's my visit card, please give me yours, thank you, okay. I was like, oh. I just went a step aside, started to laugh very hard. And he was like, oh, how was I? And the Chinese woman, the Asian woman, she was like, and I could not stop laughing. I was like, Michael, you know, you did very bad. But why? I did everything you said and what you did. No, you did not. Definitely not. At first you just broke into the door with your head, just overran her, and just threw some ninja stars at her with your visit cards. You just robbed her by just grabbing her visit card. And yeah, I don't know what you did there. But maybe you feel better now? Maybe you've got some issues, I don't know. But it was not the same what I did. Oh, okay, I get it. So I asked him, maybe try again. I said, no, maybe later, okay. So this is something which can happen very fast because cultures can be so different. And I had to smile every time when I had some of the guys from our IT department in Germany, and we were talking about how to introduce each other. Here it's very funny for me because I tried to learn a little bit Russian since last year, and I know if you say Mr. or Mrs., it's not like using the last name, it's like using the name of your father or your, I think it's father, right? Was correct, yeah, thanks. And so I thought, what? I know your name, your last name, but why is it different now? Okay, yeah, I'll just say Mr. Max, hi. And this is correct. Because on the other side, they said Mr. Sean to me. And I thought, is this rude or is this funny? Or is this a joke? But then I figured out it is normal. And in Germany, we introduce each other always with the last name. Guten Tag, Rahnberg, mein Name. Hi. Pleasure to meet you. Very nice hands. Are you nervous? Only a little bit, no problem. Me too. So it's already different with the introduction here. And this is what we have to take care of. But people who have got international experience know this, and they're just making some jokes. They're just being funny in this situation because they know that you feel nervous. They see if it's your first time talking to someone who's foreign. So, please do the next picture. Michael felt basically like Tarzan. Hi, my name is whatever, me Tarzan. Yeah, okay, pleasure to meet you. In this situation, it could get very awkward. It could get very, very strange. For me, it's always very funny because I like to watch this and like to take a closer look at this. But for students or fresh employees, young employees, I like to just watch how they make this experience, because in this one situation, you only have a few seconds, and these few seconds feel like hours. It's like you're getting some results from your exam, you know? You just wrote your test, your exam, and it's like, okay, now I have to wait 2 weeks until I get my results. Every day is killing me. And in this situation, it's every second. And I just like to watch every single second. These new guys, these young people are making the experience because they're analyzing so many situations which they're not really getting at the moment, which they're not really realizing in this one situation. But it's quite impressive how many processes work in our brain to accomplish this one situation. So, let's get to the next fact. Trial and error. Only by trying you will be able to learn. I've got many people in my friend zone and as partners who say, yeah, you know, if you just teach it, it will be enough. And I say, Well, you know, I've experienced both sides. I've just been in school, and I've also been in school and next to work, and I've only been in work as well, but the only way I was really able to learn something was by doing it. So of course, trial and error. Even if you fail, out of mistakes, we will learn much better. I hope. I know there are people who make about 1,000 mistakes and don't learn out of it, but basically, it's normal to do one mistake and make it better afterwards. That's how it normally should work. I've got 3 different situations, 3 different experiences which I would like to introduce you to. And the first is, please press the button, the Finland function. I like to make up some words or phrases. I'm a friend of that. The Finland function. This was my first business experience in international business organization. Yeah, and that's exactly how I felt. Many question marks, and I did not know what to do. So many directions, and I did not know where to go. You remember I told you about the situation where my supervisor said, yeah, just feel fine, use your brain, be creative, and stuff like that. Yeah, let's get to that point. So, we had some business with people from Finland. And I had my first big project in logistics. So, what I did not know was this project has already been passed on to 4 other people before me, and I did not know that these people were not able to accomplish this project. So, one of my colleagues just told me, yeah, you know, I also had this project once. It was about 2 years ago, and I didn't manage to get this done, and maybe you want to have the documents, and maybe you don't need to have to do everything again. I'm like, okay, yeah, so how many documents do you have? Well, I'll be back in a few minutes, okay. So a few minutes later, he came with a wagon and some files, which are so thick, and he just put them on my table, on my desk, and I was like, okay, what is this? This is all the information about the 4 people who had the project before you. Okay, do I need them? Well, if you want to make it good, yeah. Okay, well, I'll take 2 weeks off then and just try to figure out what this information is all about. Oh, well, you don't need to. It's all about everything. It's all about the purchase partners, it's all about the deliverers, it's all about the technologies, and here and there and blah. Okay, just take a breath, my friend. I don't know what it is about yet. I'll just take a look. Thank you very much. So, 2 weeks, it was really true. 2 weeks, every day I sat in the project room and I looked into these documents. And I felt like I was going to die every moment because I was not getting smarter. It was just like a mountain full of informations which I could not handle. It was too much. So I had a mentor for project management. He should train me at that moment and show me how it works. So I always ask him, so what would you recommend me to do? Yeah, just take a closer look. Try. You know, trial and error. Have fun. Okay, but I'm sitting on it now like already 1.5 weeks and I'm not getting to a point. What should I do? Ah, you'll figure out. You're a good boy. You'll do it. You're not big, but you're a good boy. Yeah, okay, thanks. After 13 days, I had the feeling I was going to kill somebody. Really. So my mentor came by, looked inside to my office. He knocked on the door, came inside, and he asked me, so how are you doing? I looked at him very angry. I was like, oh, you have no idea how I am feeling right now. Just go. Please, just go. He's like, okay, I'm sorry, can I help you? If you can help me, I asked you already the last 12 days, if you can help me, no, just go, please, okay. So, 30 minutes later, I was just putting my head on the desk, and I didn't know where to go or what to do, but then I had this one situation. I had a highlight in my life. I went outside of my office, went to the containers, took a container for paper, got back to the office. My mentor was looking what I was doing, then he stood up and went to the door and watched me what I was doing. I took this wagon to my window, went inside to my office, took all these files, threw them out of the window, threw them all outside into the trash, and he was like, what are you doing? The only good thing which I've ever done in this last 2 weeks now. But why? Because now I see it clearly. The thing is, in every situation, if it's a project, if it's a negotiation, if it's your, I don't know, usual life situation, it only comes to one point, the status quo. This one situation where nothing else matters, where you only have to get a clear mind. So in this one moment, after these 30 minutes of just putting my hand on the desk, I recognized how it works. I just have to use my imagination. I just have to fantasize a little bit and try to create something out of nothing. But this just cannot happen from anywhere. You have to learn how to do it. So the next 4 to 5 hours, I was just sitting in my office, using about, I don't know how many sheets of paper, and writing and writing and writing and writing and writing, and then my mentor knocked on my door, out! Writing and writing and writing, I just wanted out! Writing and writing. So the next day he met me in the morning, so how did you do? I'm finished. Really? Yes. And now we can start the Finland situation. What I did not know was this project was meant to be set up in an international level. So my mentor told me 1 week later, yeah, well, I just gave your concept to our supervisors, and all of them and the members of the board agreed that you did very good work, and now you have to negotiate with the members of the board from the big concern from Finland. Okay, cool, I can do this. So what kind of members of the board are these? Well, members of the board, the biggest, highest position ever who are responsible for 11,000 people. Okay. Yeah, I will not do it. Yeah, you have to. No, I don't want to do it. I just want to be a normal employee. I just want to go to home after work. I just want to have fun, enjoy my free time. And then my mentor said, no, you will not. You have no choice. Well, no, that's not correct. You always have a choice in life. You have always options. He said, no, you don't. Either you do it or you don't. Yeah, see, so I have options. No, you don't. Huh? I don't get it. Okay, whatever. So, okay, good, I will do it. So what do I have to do? Yeah, at first you have to do it in English. And he said, well, I know you can speak English. It's no problem. And at that point it was like, yeah, I didn't speak English for about 10 years. And it's like, yeah, you didn't ride a bicycle for 10 years, but yeah, it's easy to get on it, but you need some time. And I said, okay, English, no problem. How much time do I have? Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. I looked at the time, it's 5 p.m. Yeah, well, if I were you, I would just hurry up. No, this will not work. It has to. And I told him, you know what? We know each other for years now. And I think I'm in the position where I can say it to you now, I hate you. I hate you so much. Please don't take it personal. And he was like, yeah, okay, so see you tomorrow. If you have any problems, call me anytime tonight. I can also check your presentation if you need some corrections or stuff like that. I said, okay, I'll come back to that. In the middle of the night, 1 a.m., I sent the email to him, I called him, nobody picks up. In the morning, 7:30, I was already in the office at 6 a.m. because I wasn't able to sleep very well. I mean, it was my first big negotiation. And then he arrived at 8 a.m. and I was like, yeah, hi, I tried to call you last night. What was wrong? I was sleeping. You said I can call you anytime. I need help, please. Yeah, okay, send me your presentation. I did it already yesterday. Oh yeah, just let me get a cup of coffee and then I'll take a look at it. Okay, so when is the meeting? Yeah, in 15 minutes. Seriously? Yeah, we'll get this done, don't worry. So after 10 minutes, 5 minutes left, he called me. Well, Sean, could you just come to my office? We need to correct some things. And if I were you, I would hurry. Okay, threw everything aside, I was running to his office. And okay, what's the problem? Well, you did everything quite well, actually. I think we just need to change the color of this one graph, and then it would be perfect. And this you cannot tell me on the... Okay, no problem, we'll do this. Shall we just continue? Shall we go to the business meeting, to the meeting room? Yeah, let's do it. So this was the point where I really started to get nervous. I asked him, okay, do I have to take care of some special things about Finnish people? And he was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. Well, keep in mind that these people don't show emotions. They don't talk much, and yeah, the director of the board, he's a very hard guy, he's very tough, and yeah, don't worry, everything will be fine, and yeah, don't make any jokes, because yeah, they don't like jokes when, well, maybe they would not like your jokes, but oh no, I don't see any issues. Okay, so what should I do? Oh, just be yourself. Okay, this does not work out. Okay, so I thought, whatever, let's just do it. So I came inside and I asked him, okay, how should I introduce myself? He told me, at first I will introduce myself and then I will introduce you to them and then you will give everybody the hand, but remember, at first, the director of the board. He's the most important. I said, okay, no problem. So it already went wrong because he introduced himself and he introduced me, but then I gave the hand to the wrong guy and the director of the board was already looking like, I was like, oh, okay, now I know that this is the director, okay. So, yeah, then we sat down. And we talked about some little introduction, what this project meeting is about, and then my mentor said, yeah, and this is Mr. Rabenberg, and he's going to introduce you to everything in detail. And then this one guy whispered to another, and this whispered to my mentor, and then my mentor told me, you have 7 minutes. This presentation is for 15. Then make it shorter. Okay. So I started, I tried to be professional, I tried to be just serious, not show any emotion and stuff like that. And I talked about it 7 minutes exactly to the second, on the point, really on 7 minutes exactly. And then I stood there. Exactly, this atmosphere. Nobody is saying anything. This was the moment, these few seconds, which felt like hours for me. And then I just looked at my mentor and I was like, And then the director of the board was like, Thank you. And then my mentor, yeah, thank you very much for your time. Okay, we will arrange the next meeting, then we will stay in touch. We stood up, and then he said, okay, bye. And then he said, oh, you were awesome! Really? Yeah, you did everything fine, it was perfect. You did a nice performance, it was great, it was cool. And it was, did you see his reaction? Which? You did not see that he liked it? When? Yeah, this. When he, yeah, you know, like, Really? Are you serious? Yeah, it was great, he liked it, he really enjoyed it. Oh my god, I will not do this again. I said, oh no, now you have to. Why? Because now they're interested. Yeah, okay, you know what, I'll just have a beer tonight and I'll just think about everything. So this was my first experience. I thought it was. Because the next day, in the morning, my mentor called me. Oh, by the way, in 15 minutes we have the next meeting. With who? The members of the board, plus the human resources person for the complete company, and this one, and the IT supervisor for the complete company, and blah, 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 and this and this. So how many people are we? 11. And all are important? Yeah. I just want to die now. Yeah, don't worry, you'll be fine. And please consider there is one woman who is taking part, and she is in charge for the human resources department. And remember, just be yourself, don't do any jokes, just don't show emotions, and here and that, just be professional and stuff like that. Yeah, so the same like yesterday, okay? Yeah, okay, I got it, no problem, I'll just do it. I'll just do it with no enjoyment, I'll just do it for, you know, just for money or whatever. I don't care about it anymore. So on the way to the business meeting room, I decided to try something different. I thought about, what if I would be myself? What would happen then? Because basically I have nothing to lose right now. So we entered the room, we introduced ourselves to each other, and then I got in touch with the human resources manager, supervisor, and she asked me, so, how's life? Well, that's cool. How's work? Well, either I'm working hard or I'm hardly working. And she just looked at me. and started to laugh so hard she was rolling on the floor, and I was shocked, and then I started to laugh as well because it was just so cool, and everybody else in the room was like, what happened here? And my mentor was like, oh my god, what did he do? What did he do? What did he do? And then the director of the board said, okay, maybe we should start now since you have broken the ice here. I said, wow, cool, more than 2 words. Nice, okay. So I decided to be myself. I did the presentation again. I did not use 7 minutes, I used my 15 minutes. I made some jokes. I presented everything with the kind of enjoyment I felt for this project, with emotions and with my kind of way. And in this situation, the result was different. The director of the board was not just, he was cool, I love it, I like it, awesome, but, oh, you have to make it a little bit more better, a little storyline, and then it would be perfect. And then we could also present this to other companies. Okay? Yeah. I will call you personally, I will contact you, I will write you an email. And my mentor was like, he's writing him an email and calling him personally? Okay? Yeah, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you. Have a nice day. Okay, goodbye. As soon as we closed the door, my mentor, what the hell did you do? Why did you do that? What, just being myself? And what did you tell to the supervisor of human resources? She was laughing so hard. I never saw a guy or a person from Finland laughing so hard. What did you do? You know what? This is my little secret. This was my first experience. I'll just keep the rest of the stories a little bit short because, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The next situation was about negotiating with Chinese people. Yeah, I'll just keep it short at this point. There are some funny situations. I already told you about the things with fair trades. And there's always one funny thing which I experience every time. They don't always understand you. But what they do all the time is like, yes, 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 yes. So do you understand me? Yes. Do you not understand me? Yes. Are you enjoying this? Yes. Are you not enjoying this? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, you don't understand me. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so maybe we should put it down to paper? Yes, 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 yes. Would you like to have a coffee? Yes, sure. Would you like to play some games? Yes, yes. Gotcha. Yes, yes. Okay, let's just be serious now. Okay, this is a very funny situation, and I understand them because they're just trying to get towards to the next step. They're just trying to get the next point. For them, it's logical. It's just fine. Yeah, okay. I know we're just negotiating. Next point. Next point. Next point. Come on, let's do it faster now. And I just thought, is he kidding? Is he joking? Or what does he want? Different is the situation with Arabian people. This is like a big event if it comes to negotiating. They invite you. You go to eat to some fancy restaurant. It's all about being polite. It's all about being serious and having fun at the same time. It's spending time with each other to get to know each other more in detail because they want to trust you. They want to see if they can trust you. And in this situation, I did one big mistake. The first time when I met some people from Arabia, some business people, I accidentally gave my left hand because I was just, I don't know, just touching my jacket or something like that. And he was like, oh, dirty hand, dirty hand, dirty hand. I was like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? And my business partner was like, never give the left hand, dude, never do that. Why? Because they wipe their ass with the left hand. Oh, I did not know. Now you do. I was like, oh, okay, so this meeting was just bad from the beginning. And I told him, okay, maybe you should tell me the next time again before we do it. He said, yeah, now you will never make the mistake again. And yeah, he's right, I never made the same mistake. So a little hint for you, never give people from Arabia the left hand, it's very impolite. Okay, so some experiences about my life in this case. Please, let's get to the next situation. Yeah, well, the topic was related to the point that I should talk about some business organization in ITLS, but I would just like to give you another perspective. We've got something which Albert Einstein said a long time ago. He said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Sounds very hard, actually. It's like, yeah, just be stupid. But if you reconsider this point, it's like, yeah, of course, you have to achieve knowledge, but you can only achieve it if you can imagine how it works. And that's why I really like this phrase. In this case, before I started up my own company, I tried to think about every possible solution. My business concept took me about 1 year to accomplish it, only theoretically, so I just put it down to paper. In Germany, life is quite tough because we always have to write down everything on documents. There is no other country which is so focusing on documents like Germany. I did not experience anything else. So if I want to start up, the people, the lawyers and registration institutions and stuff like that, they want to see documents, documents, documents. So I said, okay, if I do this, then I want to do it right. So I took my time and used 1 year of just writing down my concept, and then I was finished. And in this concept, I had every thought I could just imagine. I tried to imagine how could I structure my company? How could my company look like in 5 years? How can it look like in 10 years? With who do I want to do business? Do I want to do business in Germany or international? Do I want to have some supervisors? Do I want to grow up? Do I just want to be small? I don't know. What do I want to do? I listed up some points for you. Of course, there are many more. But for example, the first point, company structure. Here it depends on what kind of organization do you want to implement into your company. Is it just a line diagram hierarchy, or is it a matrix hierarchy which you're trying to implement? Everything has its disadvantages and advantages at the same time. What about company guidelines? The guidelines in my company say we can solve problems together. We have to be honest to each other. We have to trust each other. We have to work with each other, and if there are problems, please tell me. Otherwise, I will not be able to do something. Or company intelligence. What is company intelligence? It means how do we grow to enhance some potentials. Then we come to experience. Experience and intelligence works very hard together, like with education as well. Experience can only be done by every individual itself. And if you do this, then you can grow up again. But you can only experience something if you let people experience anything. So doing experiences is for me very important, for me and my people as well. Education as well. How can I tell somebody that he's a junior or senior consultant if he doesn't even have education? This is quite strange. In Germany it would be like, yeah, I've got somebody who's 20 years old and he's a junior consultant, and they would be, yeah, nice joke. Yeah, so seriously, what is he? Yeah, my junior consultant. Yeah, okay, now you can stop joking. In Germany it's typical that you must be at least 25 or a little bit older, because you have to study, you have to make some experience, and then you can be called junior consultant. Only then. So, education is very important, and then we come to the company portfolio. What do you want to offer to the market? Do you only want to focus on one thing, or do you want to be flexible? Focusing on one thing can be very hard. Focusing on many things can also be very hard. But what do you want to do? Leadership, motivation is everything. Not everybody is able to lead. But I think everybody can learn how to lead. You just have to be honest to yourself. That's the point. I experienced interesting situations. I was quite young when I already was able to lead a team, or when I should able a team. And all of my other colleagues, they were older than I was, and it was very difficult for me to give them some orders or tell them what to do, because they were just like, hey, okay, young boy, I know you since, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years, and you want to tell me what I should do? And I was like, yeah, please, let's do it so we get more performance, maybe? Yeah, we'll see. It was very hard, it was very difficult, but in this situation, I learned how to manage these moments. I figured out I have to react differently. I just said, okay, could you just please do this for me? I need this for later, because we're going to meet with our manager and our supervisor, and they need some results on this, and if we don't get this done, yeah, we can get some issues. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, so it's important, okay, I'll do it. You learn more and more. I tried more and more, and by trying, more experience. And the company strategy. One of the most important points to me is it's regarding time. A strategy is always based on a long-term focus, and I always like to introduce myself with, yeah, hi, I'm Sean, I did this and that, and my biggest goal is, or my biggest target is, to conquer the world. Yeah, this sounds like a battle announcement or something like that, but I'm just joking. It's just like, try to be open for everything what is possible. Yeah, maybe I will not be able to make a business to the whole world, but that's not the point. I'm just trying to be open for every situation. Some of the people think I'm serious about this, but no, I'm not. Really not. These, like I said, are just some points which are very important to me, in my opinion. Like I said, there are many different points which can also be included to that. That's what I like to tell you about my thoughts, about our thoughts in ITLS, how we work together, how we structure everything, and how we try to enhance our potential. And then we come to the last foil on this. Basically, if you have any questions. Because from my point of view, this was everything I want to tell you for this moment. And yeah, now I'd like to turn this situation around and ask you if you have any questions for me. Don't worry, it's for free. I will not invoice anything to you. So now is your chance. I love this situation because everybody is shy. So, yeah, thanks.
Sean, can I ask you a question? Yes?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Sean. You thought that right now it is not so important to, how to say this, to open other companies in other countries. It is really, you can do your business staying at home country, and your business can be international. Why it is so? Can you give an example?
Okay, I have to try to get this right. So if I reflect this, you're asking me how it is being possible, or how it can be possible
Yes.
to manage international business or companies and subsidiaries and being at home at the same time.
Yes.
One word: logistics. No, it's about time and self-management. By experiencing several moments and situations, you recognize how to manage your time more and more. And for me, if I look into my calendar and to my schedule, it's like I have to consider how much time I want to use at what situations. So I have already got many appointments for next year already, and I want to consider maybe having a few days off for myself. So I have to look what is more important. And in other situations, it could be also very important to come to Ukraine, for example, to check if everything is all right, or also to take time for my employees who come to Germany as well, or for my employees who are in Germany as well. To be honest, my working day takes for about maybe 12 to 16 hours sometimes. And the only way to manage it is, to organize yourself. That's how you can do it. And this point of view is very difficult. Logistics is one of the branches which has so many challenges basically every minute already. I think there are different possibilities to find a solution for this because there is one, it's a hard situation on the one side. There's this kind of business where you just try to be efficient and more efficient and more efficient, and humanity is just losing its sense in this kind of state. So it means the people are having contracts for working about for 40 hours a week, but basically they're working like 60 hours in reality, and this is not the correct way in my opinion. As a process analyst, I recognize that there are many different ways to solve this, and also having a good life for employees at the same time. So, like building up different facilities or subsidiaries and stuff like that, you can just balance the situation amongst the supply chain. But you also have to consider that you are only able to get this performance if you also get the motivation at average or at a higher position from your employees. So, in my opinion, it is very important to just take a closer look into detail and see how you can organize it better. So only with organizing everything, you can already enhance a lot of potential. To be more specific, we have technologies nowadays, electronic devices and stuff like that, which make things easier. And many companies, supervisors or managers suppose or suggest, or better, they propose to, fire people then. Because if you got some digital objects which make everything faster, then you don't need 25% or maybe 50% of the people. But in my opinion, this is wrong. In this situation, it's just you're enhancing more potential. That means if you want to make more turnover, you want to move more goods, then you also need more people again. You're just making it quicker. So by making it quicker, it does not mean you're getting more efficient. It's just basically you're tripping over your own traps now. And that's why I think optimization is good, but organization is much more important, cheaper, and more efficient at the same time by keeping the same amount of employees or even hiring more and being ready for the next step on the market.
One more question, yes? What is more important for you when you provide negotiations? To communicate by using IT technologies like Skype, etc., or to speak face-to-face?
Oh, I prefer face-to-face, even if I'm basically nervous in the first moments, but in face-to-face situations you can always see how your opponent is reacting. And you can see if something has been said correctly or wrong. And especially in international business, this face-to-face situation is very important in my opinion, because language borders are very hard, and not everybody speaks the same English. It's you have Russian English, you have French English, you have German English, and everybody just translates his own language, and every language has a different meaning. So that's why I think face-to-face is very important. But Skype and stuff like that, sometimes you need it. No choice. I've just been asked if I would like to give a speech here, and sure, I like to do it because I support education very much. I like to do this, and in Germany I work as a lecturer as well at several institutions, and for me it's very important to just pass on my experience to others. So I like to activate something which is up here in your brains to see, oh, okay, the world is not that bad as we maybe thought, or so small. Let's just do it. That's how I came to that here. A punching bag. Sports. No. A healthy food, sports, enjoying some time for yourself, like trying to follow some hobbies. I know if you work 12 to 16 hours a day, where is time for hobbies and enjoyment? It is possible. Sometimes I combine everything together. Some friends of mine, for example, maybe they have some time in the afternoon, then I just basically use it as a meeting time in between, then it can work that way. Or sometimes I just, put my schedule up already for the next week. So it's very important to just stick to your own work-life balance style, and that's how I try to survive. So for example, tonight I only slept 3 hours because I was quite, I was nervous, only a little bit. But for me it's not a big problem. A few days I can stay awake, or I just need a few hours of sleep, but after 2 or 3 days then I'm really exhausted, and I also need some more than 3 or 4 hours of rest. What? Yeah, you're looking like you want to say something.
No. Not maybe.
Oh yeah, I was looking at your neighbor, but it's okay.
Okay, so how many people work with you?
In Germany it's 5 people, and here from the development side we have got 8. 8. Yeah, I know everything about it. Yeah, and now we're trying to expand a little bit more.
And how many countries did you visit for the business?
Oh, for my personal business in ITLS?
Yeah.
Oh, it's basically, only for ITLS it's Germany, Austria, and Ukraine. Yeah. For the last company it was more.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Your company is just selling it programs or just making some consulting?
We're doing consulting. We're sorry.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Good. We're doing consulting and trainings. So by consulting, we find out if somebody needs some training or education, and then we have our trainers who go to the companies and train the people then in certain knowledge in logistics or maybe some other topics. And regarding software, it's like, yeah, I just try to find out which kind of problems we have in the market, and then I write some concepts and develop them in our own roles, or we get projects from other customers and develop them as well. That's how we work, yeah.